I've been talking about the truth and the fact that we need to present the truth, the gospel truth, the whole gospel truth, and nothing but the whole gospel truth. And that's our calling as Christians, as people called to serve the Lord. A lot of people assume this Paul, in verse 12, is calling people to get into spiritual warfare. But that's not what he's doing. Look what he says. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over the present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. He is saying, if you are a Christian, and if you are trying to serve God, you are in spiritual warfare. You have either actively engaged in spiritual warfare, or you've already surrendered. You might be tempted to look at the devil and say, look at all I've done for the Lord. Don't do that. He knows all the times you failed the Lord, all the times I failed the Lord. Stand and say, look at all that God has for me. Then you'll be able to stand against the devil. Then the devil has reason to tremble because he knows he can't battle against the Lord. I've learned that a reputation has legs, especially in a place like this. There are no secrets in Shell City, in case you're ever wondering. I had to stop and see Mrs. Young at the elementary school. She's the widow who's the kindergarten teacher for many, many, many years, and she and I have been dating, and I was wanting to solidify the time we were going to meet on Saturday night. So when she was out in the playground, and when I drove up in the school bus to pick up the last load of elementary students, I asked Marlene Hogan to watch the kids for a minute, and I hopped off to go see Mrs. Young. When I did that, we heard Marlene just start laughing. And it turns out that Haley got on the bus and said, let's watch them, they might kiss. Don't know where she got that. I told her we were dating, that's all I told her. She asked me when I was going home, and she said, are you dating Mrs. Young? I said, yeah. That's all I told her. So all of a sudden I look over at the bus, and here's all the windows on that side of the bus down, and kids hanging on it, sticking their nose out. Every window.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Doug, appreciate that. We got through talking, and she says, well, I said, I ain't giving them satisfaction. She said, handshake? I said, handshake. So we did a handshake and a bow. You can't hide anything in this town. And as I was saying, reputation does have legs. It can carry you far one way or the other. Your lifestyle itself, when you're living for Jesus, can give you opportunities for witness. Remember that and use that. When I was in the police academy back in Dallas, in case you're keeping score, that was job number 422. I've had a lot of jobs. We were outside on the courts doing handcuffing drills. And the rule was, if you drop your handcuffs, you gotta give them 10 push-ups. I was way at the back of the crowd. There was like 40 of us in that class. And I dropped my handcuffs, and I thought, oh man. I went down and started pushing the ground. The instructor was up front and said, what's going on? What do you do? Did he drop his handcuffs? Somebody said, yeah. Well, there's this Christian, young black Christian man in that class. He said, man, he said, Swartz, I wish I had your integrity. I said, Zach, my integrity is garbage. My integrity is so bad I have to steal it from Jesus just to have any at all. When you are walking your lifestyle, living for Jesus, it is going to give you opportunities to witness that you can't even imagine. Take hold of them. So today when I say, let's be standing. Let's make sure that the devil knows that we, God's church, are standing in his power and his righteousness. Let's be standing.